Hello, my name is Jolene Weaver, and today I will be giving you a presentation about the importance of helmets when riding. Most of you have probably never ridden a horse before, and those of you who have know how big and how dangerous and how flighty they can be. They're very large animals that can be very destructive, although they don't mean to. They're 1,200 pounds. They're like a car with a mind of its own. We have plenty of problems with cars that don't have minds of their own. So one with its own set of thoughts and reactions tends to bring problems. So some of the main points about helmet safety and why we should wear a helmet are the danger levels incorporated with riding horses, horror stories from those who have had riding accidents, important things to know when buying and fitting for a helmet, and why we should care and what we can do about it. The dangers of horseback riding. Horseback riding can be a very fun and engaging sport. However, it is very dangerous. When riding, you can be bit, kicked, stepped on, or crushed. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but there's a person falling off on their neck, a person who fell off and is in the process of being kicked, and a horse who flipped over a fence and is getting ready to land on its rider. The risk of a traumatic brain injury, also known as a TBI, is about the same as playing football. However, when an equestrian is hospitalized, somebody who rides horses, it's usually a 5 to 6 day stay, and if you're at the hospital, it's usually a pretty severe injury. Horseback riding is the leading cause of traumatic brain injuries in adults who play sports. And research has shown that the more that you ride horses and the more experience you have with them, the more likely you are to get hurt. However, as a beginner, you don't have the balance and still can get hurt. Accidents still happen, although more experienced riders are more likely to get hurt. Next, we have Courtney King Dye. She was one of the Olympic riders in the 2008 London Olympics. She rode for America. I don't remember how she placed, but she placed fairly well, otherwise nobody would know who she was. In 2010, she was schooling her horse around an arena. She was just riding him for funsies. She didn't have a helmet on. Her horse tripped and she fell. And when she fell, she ended up shearing a part of her brain. It put her into a coma for a month. When she awoke from the coma, she then had to relearn how to eat, read, walk, talk, function as a human being. And she also had to learn how to ride horses again. She talked about in some articles that I read that she wasn't sure she was ever going to ride again, but she knew that she wanted to stay with horses, and it led her to riding. Because of what happened with not wearing a helmet, she decided to found Riders for Helmets. It is an international organization that spreads awareness about TBIs and why you should wear a helmet. They have a International Helmet Awareness Day. It is usually towards like the beginning of fall. It's either the last weekend of August or the first or second weekend of September. And that's also when a lot of companies that sell helmets have huge sales on their helmets because perfect opportunity. This is Courtney King Dye competing in the 2008 Olympics, and her head's cut off in this picture, but this is one of her first attempts of re-riding. She's doing therapeutic riding. She was paralyzed on the right side of her body when she woke up out of the coma. I think she's slowly regained ability of it, but it's still not like good motor functions. helmets. There are many different styles, colors, variants of helmets that you can buy, and they come in a variety of price points. This one here is the Ovation Schooling helmet. It goes for about $70, so it's a little more expensive. This is your Tipperary. This is your generic Tipperary. One's about $119 at the moment. This is I have owned a couple of these three. I personally have owned and have an experience with. This helmet is the Charles Owens JR8. This one's going for about $230. This is the Charles Owens Luna. This one's going for about $300. This is the Charles Owens 4-star. I don't remember how much that's going for. This one is the Sam Shield Cross Country helmet. It's going for about $1,000 at the moment. And then this is an IRH schooling helmet, and it's going for, I think, around $70 as well. I know there's not a lot of color variation, but you can get a helmet in just about any color. This one's purple. This one's hard to see. It's navy. This one's silver, and then these four are black. There are more different types of helmets and colors and varieties and prices than the 6 I have displayed here. Seven I have displayed here. There is a Western helmet as well. That one retails for about $150, $200. So other things to know about helmets. Your helmets are ATSM SEI approved, certified. They're safety. They've passed a safety check. Because they passed a safety check and they are warranted, they have to be replaced every 5 years or they go out of warranty. It's not a big deal if you've never fallen in the helmet. If you have fallen in the helmet, it needs to be replaced. It is suggested that after every fall you replace the helmet, although, yeah. Also, a helmet needs to be fitted by a professional. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's not going to protect your brain from any damage. Things to look for. Well, first, get a professional to fit it. But if you don't have a professional to fit it, things to look for when you are trying helmets on. You want it to be snug all the way around your head. Also, wear your hair where you're going to wear it when you're wearing the helmet. If you stick your helmet up if you wear your hair up in your helmet, it's going to fit different than if you wear it down. So some people will suggest buying either an adjustable helmet. They come with a little dial at the back and you can make them bigger or smaller as necessary. Or you can buy multiple helmets. However, with the price that helmets are, I wouldn't recommend that. Get your helmet fitted by a professional. But something to look for is make sure it's snug around the head, and then you can do the eyebrow test. When you put the helmet on your forehead, there's a brim, and your person's going to grab it and shake it, and the thing you're looking for is your eyebrows to move up and down, not the helmet, nor anything else. The only thing that should move is your eyebrows, or if it leaves a line, or if it gives you a headache when you put it on and there's any pressure applied to it. It's not good. So what can we do about this problem in the equine industry? People not wearing helmets or ignoring the safety of helmets. Well, wearing a helmet is a personal choice. You can't make an adult wear a helmet. Just like you can't make an adult drink, you can't make an adult stop doing drugs. You can ask them to, you can take them to rehab, you can't potentially make them do it. So, wearing a helmet is a personal choice. However, you can give them all of the facts and all of the research backing it showing you should wear a helmet. So, some stuff we can do is give people the research and let them draw their own conclusions from it. Organizations and associations like AQHA, the American Quarter Horse Association, and APHC, Appaloosa Horse Club, they're both breed associations for two breeds. They're both fairly big breeds. Fairly big. One of them is the biggest in the world, and the other one's also extremely big. They made helmets mandatory for anyone doing hunt, which is jumping, or kids under 18 in certain disciplines. AQHA is anyone under 18 has to wear a helmet. APHC is anyone under 18 participating in a speed game, so like a fast class where a horse is galloping and doing tight turns. However, they're not mandatory to wear it anywhere else. I think Paint and Pinto were, the breed associations are the same as AQHA. I could be wrong. The next thing we can do is require that all children wear one when they ride with us, whether they ride with an adult as a parent. Have your kid wear a helmet. If your kid takes lessons, make sure they have a helmet on. Make sure your kid wears a helmet when they get on. And encourage people to wear a helmet. That is all.